Hello guys, so I'm gonna try not to keep you for too long in this video. I just wanted to come and talk to you guys about the African identity because I recently made a post on TikTok kind of discussing or asking the question, entertaining what makes somebody an African. And I basically gave a couple of my criteria of what makes somebody an African. I just wanted to hear from you guys to see what your answers might be. But essentially, I basically said that there's like different types of Africans. So there are people who are African because they're indigenous ethnic group to the land. So maybe that means they're a group, their identity of their ethnicity developed on the African continent. They've been on the African continent for thousands of years, maybe 10,000 years. And, basically like you're black Africans, right? And then you have people who are African by land. So this could be just recent ethnic groups or recent people who just came and migrated into Africa. I'd say white South Africans would fall under this one. Certain ethnic groups that claim that they're like Arab origin or like of recent Arab origin. And yeah, exactly, and that too. And then there are people who are born, right? They're born in Africa, so they're African by like, not nationality, because Africa isn't a nation, but you get me. They're African by like because they're born there. And then lastly, there is like the Caribbean, like the diaspora. So you're like African American, Caribbean, South African, not South American, like black people. Those would be like people who I'd consider African. And for the record, just to keep it straight, for indigenous African, I believe that North Africans would fall under that category because, like they're indigenous to the area of North Africa. And if you want to question that or if you want to learn more about that, I have videos on that. But besides that, this was my criteria. And some people had some problems with this. Some people would ask me, oh, like if somebody's black, does that automatically mean that they're indigenous African? And this is because a lot of people are like questioning, Africa, like they're saying Africa is just a piece of land. I have a friend who says this, and yeah, I agree with him. Africa is just a piece of land. And, I guess that's how you should kind of view it in a way. But yeah, if someone's black and African, like most likely they're indigenous to black or Africa, or sub-Saharan Africa. But also like the identity of what it means to be African and black. I mean, we talk about these. I used to talk about these identity politics a lot. It's kind of a new one. It's kind of a new identity. So because of that, I think we're still in our like beginning stages, and that's why we see a lot of people fumble. What does it mean to be black? Who is black, and what are the boundaries, and what is black not, and where do you draw the line? And this is actually something that I heard while I was even like looking into like the development of Christianity, right? Part of forming your identity is identifying what you are not. And so sub-Saharan black Africa, we know that we are not whites, because these are the people who kind of gave us that label and kind of uniformed us, in the way that we know each other today. But yeah, so since we're still in like this early beginning development stages of who we are, our identity, especially as a continent or as a people with, I guess, shared experiences of like racism, colonialism, sometimes slavery as well. I guess it can be kind of hard. And even people can even like call out, right? Like even the Europeans, Europe isn't even really a continent. They've just been able to distinguish themselves because, they've kind of, I guess, reached that level, right? To where they can like separate themselves from the others. And I guess some people in Black Africa were trying to get to that like development or stage. But I mean, yeah, other than that though, let me know your thoughts. I feel like I just yapped a little bit, but I think I got some decent points across. If you have anything to add, let me know in the comments.